exactly. I'm sorry to leave on a threatening note. It's not meant to be threatening. It's meant to be enlightening. There's just so many rewards for doing it. Just find one person who's made a difference, and however you choose to do it, see what the experience is like.
Yeah. Without a doubt. And I can tell you it's in perfect alignment with different thinking for different times. For people to move from small minded thinking, hanging on to little things that someone did to them, by the way, I put that in quotes because it's a choice. We choose to hang on to the hurt. Instead, right, to express, find all the ways, even people that might have hurt you once, how did they pour into you? Ask that question. How did they help you? How did they maybe nudge your journey? And to express appreciation for that. And maybe, to Walter's point, it might repair the relationship. This is not the whole point of it, though. It's to
Yeah,
express
yeah,
appreciation when you
yeah.
make the list of people that have moved the needle for you, that have changed your life.
Exactly. And Steve, the most amazing story I heard last month was a woman who had read my first book, This Is the Moment, and never had a particularly warm or affectionate relationship with her father, who was not very expressive. She came in, she said, I have
Mhm.
to hear the story. I said, what's the story? She said, "It- I guess this goes back to Father's Day. So the story wasn't that current. It's like 6 months ago. And she said, I thought about my father and I said, yeah, what difference did he really make in my life? And I couldn't even think of anything that he ever did. And she said, but then, I had a really happy childhood and I began to reflect on how come I had such a happy childhood. And I realized how much my father had done. So she wrote a note. And once she started writing the note, it just flowed. And she put it in the middle of a Father's Day card, went to visit her father. Now, hang on, fasten your seatbelt. She said, Dad, here's your Father's Day card, and I want you to know I'm going to read this letter to you. She reads the
Wow.
letter to him, and he doesn't even react. I, I am like stunned, like saying, oh my God, this may be the first example of somebody who did it, who's sorry they did it. I said,
Right.
what was the experience like? She said, it was one of the best days of my life. I said, why? She said, I got to tell him all of the things I wanted to tell him about how important. And his response was not even necessary. She said, I would have loved, of course, for him to say, well, thank you. But she said,
Right.
it was such a remarkable experience because I know when he goes, I would have never had the opportunity. How about that
Mm.
for a message?
Yeah, that's a great message. Well, that's also a message in alignment with expanded thinking, right? It's from small-minded thinking to limitless thinking is the idea of say what you know tangibly know to be true and appreciating others and let go of the attachment to a response. Because often when we don't get what we want for a response from people, we're upset, right? Again, we've engaged what I call the acorn brain, and it's got us in some emotional state that is not true. It's not true. When we can let go of what we expect from others and just appreciate them, that's
You-
that's expanded thinking.